So good afternoon, Eric. This is our topic for today. We have suggestions and recommendations. We're giving suggestions and recommendations. Alright? So yesterday I taught you how to use different modals when we give suggestions, advice, or recommendations to some people. Okay, so I have here several problems which you will be solving later on. So as a review, we have here the modals for suggestions and recommendations, right? So we have here should, had better, ought to, and other expressions such as subject, might as well plus verb, or how about ing? Okay. Don't forget that you can also use the negative form of should, shouldn't, had better not, ought to, ought not to. But the negative of letter B and C are not that common, but shouldn't is also common. Alright? So before we continue, I want you to give examples for letter A. Subject should plus verb because. Alright, can you give a sentence for letter A?
I should have studied harder.
Okay, that is very good. Should have studied harder. However, that is using a different structure. Should have PP, alright? So that is regret, okay? So why don't you just simply use should plus base form of a verb, like giving somebody an advice. For example, I'm very fat. What should I do?
You should do exercise regularly.
You should do exercise regularly. Good. How about negative? I'm very fat. What are the things that I shouldn't do?
You should not eat snacks.
What else?
You should not take a rest longer.
Okay, very good. How about had better?
You had better do exercise, or you had better go to gym.
Okay. Do you always go to the gym?
No.
No. Yeah, I think so. Alright, letter C, ought to. Ought to plus verb, same structure.
Okay. You ought to do sports on weekends.
Do sports on weekends. Alright, very good. And other expressions, you might as well go on a diet. Alright. How about exercising regularly? Okay, so the following are problems. Okay, please read the problem. After that, for 30 seconds, give the person an advice. Start reading.
I want to improve my English skill, but I think I don't have courage. I always envy my friends who are very good in English. I also think that studying a language is very difficult. Please give me advice.
Okay, so the person needs advice. So he wants to improve his English skill. So that is to, okay, not it. Alright, so 30 seconds, give your advice. Start.
At first, you have to find your own method to study English. It is the better way to catch up with them. English has 4 skills: listening, speaking, and reading and writing.
Alright,
so,
good.
At first, what is your, you have to find what is your interest in, and then you have to do it turn by turn.
Okay.
It will be helpful for improve your English skill.
Alright, very good. Okay, next problem. Don't forget to use should or had better or ought to. Okay, read number 2.
I and my best friend had a serious argument yesterday. How should I get along with my friend again? I don't want to lose my relationship.
Okay, so for 30 seconds, start.
Okay. At first, you have to think of your argument yesterday, and then you have to find the flow of the solution, and then you have to get advice from some other people.
Okay.
It will helpful for you.
How should I say sorry? I feel shy. I don't want to say sorry.
Well, at first, if you want to, if you don't want to destroy your relationship with friends, you have to say sorry at first.
Okay.
And you have to admit your fault.
All right.
It is the first step to solve the problem.
Very good. Okay, we have the third problem. Please read aloud.
I can't choose major.
Major.
I want to be a doctor, an engineer, a broadcaster, an actor, and a lot more. I want to have a good career in the future. Please help me. What should I do?
So this person is confused. So when you read, he wants to be a doctor, an engineer, a broadcaster, an actor, and a lot more. However, he's confused because it seems that he wants to have many professions. What's your advice to that person?
You should set a priority. It is the first step. And then
You mean priority?
priority. And then you have to find your interest about fields, and then
What should I do?
You should find your own interest, and you should ask advice from experts.
Okay. But what if my parents want me to be a doctor, but I don't want to be a doctor?
You should persuade them. You have to prove your ability in doctor, in field of doctor.
Okay. All right. Now I have here number 4. I want you to read it. After that, I'll give this one as your homework. Okay? So it's a writing homework. All you have to do is to write pieces of advice for this person who has a problem. You should write it in a paragraph form. Okay? At least 7 sentences. Okay? Please read it for the last time before we end our class.
Okay. My friend borrowed my laptop, but when he returned it, it wasn't working well. I am pretty sure that my laptop was in a good condition before I lent it to him. How should I handle this problem? I can't pay for its entire cost.
Did you understand the problem?
He didn't know that his laptop was broken, so he lent his laptop.
Okay.
So he should have checked his laptop at first.
I think that's not the problem. He was sure that his laptop was in a good condition before he lent it. So now when his friend returned it to him, it was not working well. So what should he and his friend do? That is your homework. You write it in your notebook, and I'm going to check it tomorrow.
And 7 sentences?
Yes, at least 7 sentences. Do you have other questions?
No.
Okay, so that's all for today, and we'll see each other again tomorrow.